Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. It's a channel where I talk about my faith and I talk about budgeting. And those are my two passions. But today we're doing budgeting. Today is a good day. Today is the day before payday. And I wrapped things up for the past 2 weeks from our pay from the 10th to the 23rd. I like to budget paycheck to paycheck. And there are a few changes here you want to notice that I didn't have last time. So don't have a lot of no spend days. I do agree with that. But I have more money left over from this paycheck period than I did other months. And we have drastically cut back our spending in a big way. So I thought I would come in here and show you everything has come out as far as everything that needed to be paid. As you can see here, and I love these stickers from Sara Marie. Let's see if I can find them. She has these little canceled stickers on her, I guess vertical and hourly, and she's got rescheduled and canceled. So I used my canceled ones here to show that I canceled my HelloFresh. It's been a long time coming. I've been debating it for quite a while. But I discovered that I have a lot of recipes from HelloFresh, and it's fine. I don't really need to have them keep delivering. Because I go to the grocery store too. So, it's kind of a waste of extra money to spend on something that is delivered. I can get the grocery store and I have the recipe cards to do it. And I do love HelloFresh. I do love that they deliver, and I do love it's all prepackaged. It helps my mind kind of, solidify what I need for that night. And I may actually kind of use the paper bag system to put certain things together and keep it in the fridge. That might be a good idea. That's what's been really keeping me organized as far as meal planning with HelloFresh. But now I have to buy the vegetables and the fruits or whatever I need, the meats and grains and rices and all that stuff that they have in the recipes. So I might still use their system, but kind of come up with my own. So I'm excited about that. So we're going to do that. So we're not getting a box this Friday, and we just didn't pay for these two HelloFreshes. So everything came out as normal. There was no real unusual purchases, except for we did buy a laptop. We were going to wait till August, and then we were hearing kind of rumors of people learning that part of the back to school experience will still be online, like it had been in the spring and going into the summer, just before summer when school ended. And we wanted to make sure we got the laptop that we wanted for our son. He wanted a Chromebook because that's what he used at school. He has his own email account and his own Chrome, whatever kind of thing. I use a Mac, so I'm not as familiar with it, but I get the idea. Google School, Google this, Google Meets, and Google that. So he's used to that, and he wanted a Chromebook, and they had one for $2.99 on Amazon. It was the same price at Best Buy, but when you go to the big box stores or anything like that there's very little laptops to look at. So we just took the risk, ordered it, and said, okay, here we go. And it turned out really good. It's a great laptop. It runs smooth. It's just for him and his school, and he really doesn't use a laptop on a regular basis. So he has his iPad, his cell phone, and that's all he really needs for entertainment. But the computer is strictly for school. So that works really well. You're going to see on the side here on the sidebar something a little bit new. So my husband has been taking his college courses for his master's degree, and I had to add another deposit category, and it's VA education. So he gets a post 9/11 GI Bill, I think is what it's called. I could be completely wrong, so don't quote me on that. But he gets money from them. And these are grants for his schooling and his housing and all that stuff. So what's left over after the school gets their part of the money, goes into our bank account, and I have to track that. What we're deciding to do this year that we hadn't done in the past is to put it in savings. And so, and that will be coming tomorrow. I saw it already, you know, the pending post or the pending deposit coming for tomorrow. And it had the VA education. And I was like, oh, here we go again. So we got to put the money somewhere. Usually I just gave it to my husband and he did with it whatever he wanted. And, you know, bought things for himself, bought a canoe when he graduated and stuff like that. But this time, because we're not sure how much money, grant money, is available going through his master's degree program that he's in, we decided we're going to put every penny into savings, create a category within a savings, because this is all one savings account here. Our emergency fund, our 3 to 6 month savings, travel expense savings for his business, and now his VA education savings. It's all one savings account. I just track them separately so I know how much goes to what. Even though it's one large number in the account, I know, okay, this is how much the education is, this is how much this is how much that is. And so I just keep it tracked and separated over here. That way I can just use one account. So that's where we're doing it this time. And then when he gets his master's degree and his program's all over with, he's done. If there are classes toward or close to being done, if there are classes that aren't covered by the funding for the, what do you call it, the grant money, we have what they gave us before saved up, and that they're still paying for it. We're just paying it out of our savings. They had already given us the money. So, and then if we don't have to pay anything and the grant covers everything, we'll have a good lump sum and we'll just figure out what to do with it then. I'll probably, I don't know if I'll do all of it, but you know, a good portion could go to him for getting his master's degree, and maybe it would be something, you know, to start his new career and all that good stuff. So we'll see how that goes. So we are closing out my budgeting categories of grocery, household, restaurant, miscellaneous, and gasoline. Now we have done really good. Now I say really good even though there's red in this category over here, but we have done really, really well, because if you add up our restaurant and miscellaneous and our gasoline, we have a good amount of money. And I'm going to pull that up here to see, it's on my iPad, how much we really have for the leftover for these categories, if you combine them together. So there we go. So I actually track our daily transactions in a spreadsheet. It does the math for me. I know it's redundant. I do it in like 10, 12 different places, but as you can see here at the bottom, here's the amounts and they all match up. And then here's the whole pay period, and right now we are at 298.06, and this is what's actually in our checking account. So that is what the restaurant plus gasoline and miscellaneous is left over, and that's, I mean, it's almost $298. That's almost $300. We did really good, even though we went over grocery, household. That was fine. I could have waited till tomorrow and taken it out of tomorrow's budget, but tomorrow's Friday and I just didn't want to be out and about. I had a hair appointment in the morning and somebody's coming to do my hair in the morning at my house. And then Saturday I have to go meet with somebody. So I'm going to be busy coming up next few days. So I went ahead and got what I needed now. That way I didn't have to think about it. So let's go ahead and do the reconciling of grocery, household, and all my different categories for budgeting. So these are the only areas where I really just budget the money out and try not to go over in spending, because everything else is a fixed or variable income or expense where it's a bill of some sort and it's a set number. Whether it fluctuates month to month doesn't matter to me, it's just a set number. So here we go. So what I have budgeted for our grocery household looking for my calculator here. And for the rest of the month is this $233. It's actually not my calculator, it's my son's calculator. But he's not in school, so I'm stealing it right now. So is this $233. But I have to take out this $126.75. So that's what we're going to do. $233 minus the $126.75. So it leaves only $106.25 for the month. So yeah, that's all we're doing for the month. And it's not a lot of money, and I may add like $50 to this from the other categories, but I will wait until I'm to the point where we may be overdrawn. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. So, but what this tells me, last month I did 1,050, I think. Let's see what June was, if I had left that in there. I had $100 left over. So 1,050 was what I needed for last month, and I did 900 hoping I could stay in that. So I might do 1,000. That might be more realistic instead of 900 for next month, but we'll wait and see. Oops, I got stuff falling out of my pockets here. All right, so restaurants. I am super happy with restaurants. And I even looked at my husband, I was like, look, we did it. We stopped going out to eat for lunch every afternoon since he's been working from home. And then he's been fixing lunch here at home. I bought a bunch of hamburger patties so he can grill his own hamburgers. And, shoot, stuck. And that has saved us a lot of money. I mean, look at that, $113 left over before the next pay. So I'm like, that's amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add what I budgeted for the 24th through the 31st, which was $169. And so the 113.85 plus the 169 equals 282.85. And what I might do is just move $100 of this over to the grocery household, but I'll wait until after we get paid and we start seeing that we might need the money moved over. So there is that. And I'm ready for my new budgeted amount for grocery, household, and restaurants. And let's do miscellaneous. I did go to miscellaneous. I have $111 left over. Now, you will see down here an unbudgeted amount. And I just kind of have it separate on its own line because it was bigger than the miscellaneous account. I'm just going to kind of draw a line across here. It's not going to be perfect, but that'll be okay. And the reason I put it down here was because we bought the laptop. Like I said, it was $299 plus tax and Amazon shipping and all that. Well, free shipping, but you know, taxes and stuff. So it was $316.94. And then when we checked with Best Buy, if we ordered from them, it was the exact same price. So it didn't matter where we bought it from. Amazon was more reliable to us, so we just bought it through Amazon. And so that came out of our buffer, which is what makes it a unbudgeted. Now, if the miscellaneous item is within this amount that I have budgeted up here, then yeah, I will take it out up here. But if it's something where I wasn't planning on it, but decided to go ahead and do it anyway, like I did the laptop, you know, with everybody going back to school, there wasn't a lot of laptops to look at. There wasn't tangible inventory. You had to wait for shipping anyway. So I feel as school gets closer, more and more people are going to buy more tech for their kids because they have to do things online. And it's just how school is now. This is what school looks like now. I never thought when I graduated in '93 that this is how school would look, but this is how school looks. So yeah, but the only reason I put it at the bottom is just to have a place to put it and make a note of it and, you know, have it where I can see it. And that's all that was. Nothing more needed about that. I know that it came out of, it's a miscellaneous item, but it's an unbudgeted miscellaneous. And I knew it came out of our buffer, so as long as I track it with the rest of our checking, that's all I really need to do. So our new budgeted amount, I want to add, and look at that, $111. I think I did pretty good this month, or our family did really good this month, I should say. $142 is what I'm adding. So 111.40 plus 142. I know it's simple math, but I have a headache, so I can't think straight. Oh, it's been crazy. I haven't recorded a video in a while, and this is why I use erasable pens, because I know I'm going to make a mistake. And so I feel a little off my game right now. It's just been one thing after another. Nothing exciting, just very distracting. And just, I don't know. One of those things where it just really didn't, I just could not get time to film. I didn't feel well enough to film, you know. I had the blues for quite a while. I'm not overly depressed, but I feel the blues. I really do. And they're not fun. And even though I've kept myself busy and wanted to keep filming, it was just not turning out. So anyway, so I only got gas once for $43.65. That was my Armada. I forgot to write that down. Now you'll see two different pen colors here. Armada. And that is because I went back and realized I had made some mistakes and threw the numbers off just a little bit. And then I could not find this plan to keep working, so I just started using this one until I found the other one. And here I made a mistake too. You can see all the numbers. That's why the color is different a little bit. It was just pennies and it threw off everything. And then I went back to this color. So, and I want to leave it different colors because that will remind me, you know, to be careful when I do my math. That's why I don't do math in my head. It never works out well. So I'm going to have to add here the gas, which is $66. We're still not driving much. My husband only went to the office once this week. Plus 66. So, it's just going to the stores and back, or if we went out to eat or wanted to get out a little bit, take a drive. But that's not even happening very much. So we still have $144 left over for the month to gasoline. And we have how many days left in this month? Let's take a look. Let's see. Tomorrow's the 24th, so we have 8 days. So all these balances here, 106, 282, and this might combine to make sure I have enough groceries for the next 8 days, just in case I need it. But that'll be fine. I think maybe $200 for restaurant, and then that $80 can come over here for groceries, but I'll wait and see. We'll see what happens. Miscellaneous, I don't expect a lot of miscellaneous, but I'm sure we'll spend something. And then I'm sure my husband's going to need gas, but I may not need, I won't need gas for after 8 days. So yeah, that's all I really have. So, month in review, I don't have any notes right now. Stick this up here out of the way so I can write notes. Sinking funds will come out tomorrow, which is 177. I don't have notes for sinking funds yet. And looks like everything's good. I mean, it looks like, oh, what I don't know, and I hope to see soon, is how much my school loan payment will be. So this is my school loan right here. Oops, I'm sorry. And let's see. Yeah, let's see if I can zoom you guys in a little bit here. So this is my school loan, and oops, my notebook's a little too big for the screen, so there we go. I'll do it crooked here. So this is a school loan, $5,054.63. Last month I put $1,300. This month it looks like I could potentially have $731 put in. So it's a lot less because of the laptop that we purchased. So I was hoping to put in, so 731.05 is what I have available at the end of the month after all the bills are paid and all the budgeted amounts are, go ahead, zoom that back out. Oops, sorry. New phone, new technology, new screen. So I'm figuring this stuff out as I go. What was I saying? I would have had more if I hadn't got the laptop this month, because I was going to try to get it in August. But let's see how much I would have had. $316.94. Yeah, I would have had $1,000 to put in this month towards my school loan. I really wanted to, but because of the laptop, I needed to buy it, and it's education and it's important. We decided, okay, we're not going to worry too much about the school loan because it's still not due. It won't be due until September, and it is still in the 0% interest mode right now. So it's not accruing any new interest. And we decided, hopefully in the month of August, we will go ahead and pay a larger payment. But I think $731 is what we're going to be paying here at the end of the month, going into next month. So yeah, I think that would be really good. I'll go ahead and make a note of that here. Minus 731, and that would give us an amount of 054.3. Oops, minus 731. There we go. 4,323.63. So it's still dropping. It's dropped down in the 4,000 range, not in the 5,000 range. It's still going down significantly, and hopefully next month I can do over $1,000 in August, $1,000 in September, which would make it over 2,000. So we would probably get it paid off by December. At the rate that we're going right now. Normally by this time of year, my husband's deployed and with a ship for a couple months as a contractor. And when he's out to sea, he earns overtime, and he has not done that because of COVID. There are fewer opportunities. Now we have to make sure that when he gets called to go out, that everything is okay and there's no issue. But sometimes there is. So, yeah. If the numbers of COVID on a ship are high, the company won't send him out. And if he's not quarantined, as long as he's not traveling or anything, because if he travels anywhere, they ask him to quarantine and stay home for 14 days before they'll even consider him to go out to sea. So we kind of sit in standby mode and not go anywhere because he could be called to go out anytime. So we're still in stage one, phase one, whatever, as a family because of his job, which we don't mind. We want to support the Navy as much as possible. We have great pride in love for the Navy. It's just really hard to kind of live this way, but you know, we're all going through this together, so we will all make it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that this check-in was good and you it helped you understand that paycheck to paycheck is a really positive way to frequently check in with your budget and see how you're doing. Transaction logs really do help, whether you do them electronically on an iPad, in an Excel spreadsheet, or on your computer, or if you do it here in a pen and paper notebook. Irregardless of how you do it, just make sure you're tracking where everything's going and coming from, and you know, it'll help you stay on target with your budget. Now more than ever, budgets are critical. It's saving people, it's causing joy and happiness for people that they never had before, because when they work a budget and you give yourself a year working a budget and really trying to stick with it, you would be surprised how much you could pay off. I did a video with my 1 year after Dave Ramsey, and oh my goodness, you know, I realized I had paid off more than the $33,000 worth of debt that we had before, not including our mortgage. But because I kept putting myself a little bit into debt and back out of debt and a little bit in, yeah, I was surprised, you know, by the time we pay everything off, we're going to be paying off $44,000 worth of debt. And I hate that we increased it by 11, but also at the same time, I'm really proud of how much we really got paid off and how much budgeting has really helped us to have freedom, because we're at the point right now, if we don't have to spend our buffer at the end of every month, we could potentially have $1,500. That's our snowball payment now. It used to be $1,350, and that's what I was putting towards my school loan. But now it's close to $1,500, and I'm going, oh my goodness. And that doesn't even include the new VA education income that comes in. For us, that it only includes all of this, the retirement, disability, rent, salary, and another salary check. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So things are looking good. We're getting closer to paying off that school loan. And after we do that, I'm definitely going to, once my cell phone leases start adjusting, because we just got 2 new phones and 2 more leases. There was no way around it. We had to have the phones. And so that's going to be high for a couple months, but we're either going to tackle the leases next and go back to the school loans and put some to both, or we're just going to tackle the lease. I think I'm going to do that in August. So that might be where that happens. And that's fine. I mean, I can handle that. So I rather pay off the small ones, like the snowball says, small to big. Even though the school loan, I really don't have a minimum payment because I've paid so far in advance. There is that $5,000 that needs to go, but my goal is to pay it off by December, so we should be good. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap this up, and I hope you have an amazing and blessed day, and I will talk to you next time. Have a great day. Bye.